supporter, and actually later this morning he'll be receiving a Outstanding Service Award from Wesleyan for his long dedication to Wesleyan. He's here for his 60th reunion. His daughter Lisa, and you'll hear from Dave and Lisa, they're Lisa's class of '86, her 25th reunion. First time back here in a long time, Lisa?
Sorry, it's too long.
From Dallas, Texas. And Dave's father, and he's probably going to say a little bit about family history, was class of '11, so would have been his 100th reunion. So really,
My grandfather's 140.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my wife's great uncle, 1839, yeah.
incredible. And Dave was a three-sport athlete at Wesleyan, and then his son Dave is here also. Dave, were you on the golf team at Wesleyan?
I read crew for a year. And
Okay, Dave did crew at Wesleyan, and Lisa was a Jones Award winner. And so in 1979, Dave was always at the athletic events, and I think he saw that there was, a lack of specific recognition of female athletes at Wesleyan. So in 1979, we started awarding the Jones Awards. David endowed the awards. So every year, I know Karen Adair was saying she still has her, I'm sure. Jones Awards winners, raise your hand. Look at this, this is pretty good. Yeah. We do want to, afterwards, we want to get a lot of photos of Jones Awards winners and the Jones family. And these are new plaques, as you can see. The older ones for all the different awards are throughout this area, and then you'll see some in the hockey rink lobby. But the Jones Awards were getting a little beat up, and Dave asked that we sort of make replace them. So we did that. He actually was very generously paid for that, and I think now the athletic department is thinking of sort of, re-upping a lot of the plaques that are getting a little old in the tooth. So I just wanted to welcome people, and now I want to introduce my friend and colleague, Gail Lackey, who's been at Wesleyan since 1978, right before the Jones Awards started. Was a lacrosse coach from '79 to '97, volleyball since '85.
I think so, yes.
Wow. An associate athletic director and senior women's athletic administrator. Another little nice story about Gail is here in Connecticut, the UConn football coach, Randy Edsall.
Former,
Yeah. He left for the University of Maryland from the same hometown as Gail, and Randy gives a talk every year at the Chamber of Commerce, and he always says he's the second best coach to come out of their small Pennsylvania hometown. So Gail Lackey.
thanks. Well, it's great to see so many award winners and former award winners, and I think we might see some younger ones still straggling in. But on behalf of the administrators and coaches of Wesleyan Department of Athletics, I want to sincerely thank the Jones family for providing us the opportunity to annually recognize the deserving and outstanding young female student athletes in each of our sports. I came to Wesleyan, as Paul said, 1 year prior to these awards being so graciously offered by your family, and I can tell you all firsthand what an immediate and positive impact they had on the sense of accomplishment and pride of all of our women athletes, not just the award winners. And I think my colleagues and the student athletes now would agree with me that that is true to this day. Just a side note, I just came from a West seminar at 9 o'clock. Ellen Prager, whose name is up there under women's lacrosse, I think class of '84, just gave, someone has her book. It's about sex and sea slime, and it says, she had a big crowd just from the title. She's class of '84, and I don't see her here, but one of my former volleyball players who's here for her reunion, 5th-year reunion, is now, Ellen is an outstanding scientist, writer, and marine biologist. And Erin Redding Glazer is one of my opposing colleagues, the head volleyball coach at Hamilton. So the range of your award winners and their accomplishments is great, and we hope that we had something to do with it, and we know that you did as well. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for establishing this award and for your continuing support of Wesleyan Women's Athletics.
Dale's representing Wesleyan. John Bittiscombe, the athletic director, wishes he could be here. He's in Taiwan with the Wesleyan basketball team. The men's basketball team is over in Taiwan. They got a free trip. Many people might know that there was sort of a ban on international travel for NESCAC athletics for the short term as a financial it was a financial decision. But with this trip was kind of handed to our basketball team, and John Bittiscombe is over in Taiwan with the team. And also many Wesleyan coaches here. I see Coach Mike Whalen, the football coach. I see Holly Wheeler, lacrosse. All the Wesleyan coaches, please raise your hands. Yeah, a bunch of them are here. Thanks for coming. Now I just would like, I know Dave Jones and his daughter Lisa, a Jones Award winner, are going to say a few words. There's no microphone there.
Okay, well, I'll project, I hope. Welcome, everyone, and we'd like to thank all of you for coming to honor Wesleyan's wonderful athletic program, particularly the women's athletic program. And now I'd like to introduce the following. My wife, Ann Jones, and my son, Dave Jones, Jr., West 83, and his two daughters, Madeline and Jenny, and then my daughter, Lisa, the class of 86 from Dallas, Texas. David's from Laurel, Maryland. And thanks so much, all of you, for coming, and have a great weekend. And now I'd like to introduce my daughter, Lisa.
Well, I was awarded the Jones Award 25 years ago. Hello. And as daughter of the man who started the Jones Award, I was asked by Paul here just to say a few words about my athletic experience at Wesleyan. And I have to admit that athletics back then were really a lot different from how they are today. When I was at Wesleyan, I played on the tennis team in the fall, and even though I'd never played squash before in my life, I tried out for the team, and I'm happy to say that I was taken on as probably a little project experiment and made the bottom of the roster. But I didn't do any organized sports in the spring or summer, but I worked hard during each season. And by my senior year, I'd worked my way up to this #2 on the squash team and was captain and so on. But because the #1 squash player had already received the Jones Award already the previous year, I was the 1986 recipient. And I mention that because it was important to my father when he created the Jones Award to enable a variety of people to be able to earn the award, and not the same person year after year, because that is something that could have happened, is just the same person would be receiving the award again and again. So now I'm impressed today by the level of commitment that athletes are putting into their sports, as well as I'm just awed by the level of play that we see here at Wesleyan as well as other schools. And I think that there's still some things that athletes, those of us back in the 80s, still share in common with athletes today. And one is our sense of pride at representing our school. Another is our sense of camaraderie as being a member of a team. Also, as representatives of Wesleyan, athletes must exemplify really, I think, a higher standard of behavior and serve as role models to the rest of the community. And I think actually that was an important part of my Wesleyan education, and I'm sure that all of you athletes would agree with that as well. We had to be very disciplined in managing our time between team commitments and academic commitments, and also a social life, an important part of a college experience. So anyway, I think that that's a valuable experience for all young adults back from the 80s as well as today. So I'd like to thank Paul for giving me the opportunity to speak today, because this really is the perfect opportunity to thank my father for creating the Jones Award for women athletes at Wesleyan. And I think what's been mentioned is that back in the 70s there were really no awards for women athletes at Wesleyan. And I think that rather than choosing to create an award just for, you know, a couple of maybe favorite sports, my father really made the decision to create awards for all women athletes in all sports at Wesleyan. And, you know, looking back, I really, you know, admire that decision that he made. And back in 1986, when I received my award, think about how old I was back then and my mindset. I will admit that I was really kind of embarrassed and a little bit ashamed that I didn't want to admit that it wasn't a coincidence that, you know, the name Jones was on the award, and guess who got the Jones Award? So, you know, I probably didn't show my appreciation as much as maybe I should have way back then in 1986. So I'm a little older today and hopefully a little bit wiser. So I really would like to thank my father for all that he has done for women athletes at Wesleyan and giving us all the opportunity to be recognized for our efforts as athletes. So thanks, Dad. I'm proud of you.
Well, we have some, it's not champagne, but sparkling water, and we want to do a little toast. So if we could pass that around, and I'll just say a few more words while we get that around. One of the great things we've done in recent years, we started the Athletic Advisory Council at Wesleyan back, I think, in 2007 as a way to sort of enhance the Wesleyan athletic experience. And one of the things we're really trying to do is the Jones Awards have been a great thing, but the support for women's athletics still needs some enhancement. So we're really looking to make some enhancements there. So we appreciate everyone's support, and once we get some things passed around, we'll do it just a little toast. Any other questions or comments, or any Jones Awards winners want to say a few words? And actually, after the ceremony, Ron Bernstein, who's the parent of a Jones Award winner, will take photos. So we want all the Jones Award winners from as far back as '79 to come up here and have some photos with the Jones family. And of course, I also don't want to overlook Ann Jones. I know, because she's part of this team, a big part of the Jones family, and I know she's come up to a lot of Wesleyan football and soccer and tennis matches over the years. I've seen her through in